Before Kenneth Petty would start dating Nicki Minaj, becoming the Ken to her Barbie. Before Kenneth would appear in Nicki's Megatron video as the love interest.
Oh, ooh. Alright, that's how you feel, sexy?
Before Nicki would refer to him as her husband on Queen Radio and in her feature verse on Chance the Rapper's album. Before fans would believe the two got secretly wed.
How do y'all not understand happiness versus clout?
Before Nicki Minaj would change her Twitter name to Miss Petty, which if you think about it, well, it's also an amazing name.
I think people get me mistaken with like a real Barbie. They forget where I'm from. And if I have to revert back, I can, and I will.
Now, Kenneth Petty, he has the nickname of Zoo, and based on his rap sheet, well, Kenneth has a pretty checkered past with about a dozen mugshots and 11 years in prison to prove it. Now, I don't want to say anything too negative about him in this video, because that's a battle I would definitely lose.
Comb his chest. Comb his chest right now. Bitch ass. Look why you're doing it. It better not hurt me.
We have all the info on his bids a little later in this video, but it seems as of recent that he's settling down with his queen Nicki Minaj, and all signs are pointing to the two starting a family together. In fact, way back in 2014, well, Nicki Minaj, she told Complex, "If I'm done with my 5th album and I don't have a child by then, no matter how much money I have, I would be disappointed as a woman because I feel like I was put here to be a mother." And of course, we've all seen her tweet from earlier this week, which stated, "I've decided to retire and have my family. I know you guys are happy now. I know Kenneth's happy. Cha-ching." Now, she also told listeners on Queen Radio that her and Kenneth have also applied for a wedding license and will be wed in about 80 days. I hope I'm actually invited to the wedding, but after this video, it's probably not gonna happen. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Michael McCrudden, documenting the life and career of Nicki Minaj's new hubby prior to fame. Here for you, of course, on Before They Were Famous. Now, some recent drops include CJ So Cool's The Rich Life and Before They Were Famous on his girl Royalty. Now, you guys gotta let us know who's next in the comments down below. But before we start, I got a little trivia question for you guys that I'll answer a little later in this video. What is the first tattoo that Kenneth Zoo Petty got for himself? Sound off, you know where. Now let's roll that beautiful intro. Kenneth Petty was born in 1978 in Queens, New York, making him 41 years old at the time of this recording. Now, Nicki, she was born in 1982, making her 36 years old. Although the two started dating again in December of 2018, their story goes way, way back. Now, when Nicki was just 17 years old and living in Queens, New York, well, that's when she first met Kenneth. Now, the two, they reportedly met through mutual friends when Nicki was handing out turkeys for Thanksgiving in her hometown. And even back then, well, the two, they fell madly in love. Now, Nicki, she even calls Kenneth one of her first true loves. So let's do the math here. If Nicki was 17, that means Kenneth was 23. Now, that could have been shortly after he had just gotten out of jail. And Kenneth, he did not finish high school once he got out. According to TMZ, Kenneth is a registered sex offender and he spent 4 years in New York prison for first-degree attempted rape. Now, Kenneth, he was convicted of the crime when he was 16 years old in April of 1995. Now, the victim, she was reportedly also 16. Now, Nicki has stated publicly that Kenneth and the accuser, well, they were in a relationship at the time of the incident, but Nicki claims the allegations were false, with the accuser's mother having it in for Kenneth. Now, Nicki replied to some haters via her Instagram comments where she stated, "He was 15, she was 16 in a relationship. But go off, internet. Y'all can't run my life. Y'all can't even run your own life. Thank you, boo." Pretty funny reply, to be fair. And while we can't be 100% sure what has happened, well, that wasn't the end of Kenneth's legal troubles. And this time, there was less for Nicki to defend. Now, Kenneth, he went back to prison for first-degree manslaughter and he served 7 years for that crime. Now, the charge, it was originally second-degree murder before it was knocked down to manslaughter in March of 2006. He served 7 of the 10 years that he was sentenced to, being released in May of 2013. Now, he was on supervised release for 5 years, which officially ended in May of this year. Now, Kenneth, he has more than a dozen mugshots from various offenses over the years. I was actually able to find at least 18. So, well, let's take a look. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5. They all kind of look the same. There's 6, there's 7, there's 8, there's 9. We're only halfway there.
Oh, what? Oh, we're not finished counting. Ha-ha.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now we get into the black and white. 17, 18. My God. Now TMZ reports that Nicki believes that he has grown a lot since his past, and she believes that he will treat her right. Now his latest run-in with the law, it dates back to September of 2018, when Kenneth, he was pulled over while driving with a suspended license. Now when Nicki first came out and told the world about her man, well, there was of course mixed reactions. Now many of her fans, they criticized her and said that she was downgrading and that she deserved a little bit better. Now while some of the barbs were just happy, well, they just wanted to see her smile. So it's always a mixed bag with the internet. Now in her original post, Nicki, she quoted Adele's Hello, where she wrote, "Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened? It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time." Who would have pegged Nicki as an Adele fan? Now the two, they began spending a lot of time together, and Nicki was not shy about boasting the relationship publicly. Now the two, they even spent Nicki's 36th birthday together in Turks and Caicos. Now according to Gossip, well, Kenneth, he has 5 other children, but they didn't list who the mothers are. Although one is rumored to be his ex-girlfriend Noelle, who is a popular bartender in downtown Queens. Wait, is there a downtown Queens? I think it's all downtown, just Queens. Now before Kenneth, of course, Nicki, she was in 2 long-term serious relationships. She was dating Safari Samuels for over a decade, and on her song All Things Go, well, she said that Safari, he proposed to her all the way back in 2004. And based on the lyrics, well, she claims to have hesitantly said yes. Then Nicki, she was dating Meek Mill for a couple of years, and she dealt with a lot of ups and downs, including the Meek and Drake beef and Meek's complicated history with the prison system. Now there were even rumors at one point that Meek and Nicki, they too got engaged.
I'm looking for your ring and I don't see it on your finger. Look at those nails though, wow.
But it seems like Kenneth is as serious as you can get about Nicki. He even got her real name tattooed on his neck. And it's like her real name, Annika. Yikes. Apparently it was his first tattoo ever. I mean, that's a bold play. But like I said, when you're in love, kids will do crazy things. They're not kids, he's 40.
I think I was in love once.
Really? What was her name?
I don't remember.
Also, if you got that correct, I owe you a follow over on Instagram or Twitter. Now in March of 2019, Nicki, she sparked rumors of a possible marriage by referring to Kenneth as her husband. She stated, "Every night when I get out of the shower, my husband takes this really good lotion that we just bought and he massages my feet and rubs them. And he rubs each toe individually, and the heel and the ball of my foot, and he does it all." Nicki really does like a man who puts her first. Now Nicki, she told her Queen Radio listeners that her and Kenneth, they filed for a marriage license for the second time recently. She stated, "We filed for the marriage license and we still had to pick it up, and I was traveling. By the time I came back, we had to renew it again. From that time, you have 90 days to get married. That was about a week ago, so now I have about 80 days. Now the two allegedly went to the Beverly Hills courthouse in disguise. Kinda hard to hide that booty though, you know what I mean?
But reportedly, they went to the Beverly Hills courthouse yesterday to get their marriage license, and she was trying to be in disguise, but she was wearing this long hair ensemble.
Now apparently she also put on a baseball cap, so maybe that hid who she was. Seems like a scene out of a movie to me. But don't expect to receive an invite to their wedding just yet. Now for now, Nicki, she is focused on her new album, and she told her fans a big wedding, it'll happen later on. She stated, "We'll do the big wedding later. I'll be married before my album comes out, but we'll have my wedding after the album comes out." And it seems like Nicki is ready for the mom and wife life after she rapped on Chance's album, "He's the Clyde to my Bonnie, about to walk down the aisle and be a mommy." And again, back in 2014, I mean, she's been thinking about this for a long time. Back then she stated, "I've definitely put off the wife thing because I don't want people in my business. I'd rather not do anything that's gonna be on paper, but I definitely will be married before I have my baby. I wanna make sure I do it in that order. I've always felt like that since I was young. My mother always put that in my head. By the 5th album, I will have walked down the aisle and I will at least be on baby number 1, possibly baby number 2, and have $500 million. Now when All Things Go, that same year she also stated, "As long as 7 years from now, I'm taking my daughter to preschool." So it looks like we're gonna be seeing a brand new Nicki Minaj. She's gonna be all wifed up, Mrs. Petty. I think the last name's perfect. Do you think he's the right offset to her Minaj? You know what I mean? I guess. It is cute that he's a blast from our past. And his rap sheets, well, I can forgive him. Can you? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As for the rest of the video, well, that's all I got, because this is Before They Were Famous. My name is McCrudden, and we will likely do an update on this video when more information surfaces. But for now, that's all I got for you. Now, if you want to see me get into more detail, we actually did an interview with Katie Bell. I got all sorts of interviews lined up, so we'll be doing more of that for you guys in the future. Also, guys, if you want to support this channel, you can hit the join button down below. You guys donate a bit of money to us each and every month, and that way we can keep bringing you this amazing content. Because YouTube, it ain't helping us anymore. Certainly ain't paying the bills. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in another video. Boom!